The summer film slate of 2024 was packed with major hits, from Marvel's Deadpool and Wolverine to Pixar's successful sequel, Inside Out 2, showcasing a blend of classic blockbusters and surprising triumphs. However, every hit comes with its share of disappointments. Low box office earnings can sting, but they don't always indicate a film's quality. Many great movies fail to resonate with audiences, while some genuine flops truly crash and burn. Analyzing the lowest box office earners of the summer involves distinguishing between the good and the bad. Here are the 10 biggest disappointments of the 2024 summer box office. With that being said, the 10th biggest flop movie of 2024 on our list is The Exorcism. A young woman becomes increasingly concerned about her father, who begins acting strangely while filming a horror movie. Is he falling back into addiction? Or is there a supernatural influence? Unfortunately, the film turned into a joke among horror fans. Russell Crowe plays an exorcist in an exorcism film, echoing his role in The Pope's Exorcist from the previous year. This amusing overlap wasn't enough to help The Exorcism succeed at the box office or gain a reputation as a cult classic. With so many standout horror films emerging, like Nicolas Cage's Longlegs, The Exorcism was doomed to fail. And the 9th biggest flop movie of 2024 on our list is Fly Me to the Moon. Fly Me to the Moon, starring Scarlett Johansson as Kelly Jones, a marketing agent hired to stage a fake moon landing for the government, unfortunately missed its mark at the box office. Despite the lively chemistry between Johansson and Channing Tatum, the film largely went unnoticed. Reviews for Fly Me to the Moon were largely mixed to positive, but while the rom-com had no glaring flaws, it lacked that special spark to truly stand out. It was enjoyable, but ultimately forgettable. To make matters worse, poor marketing only added to its struggle to draw audiences. And the 8th biggest flop movie of 2024 on our list is The Crow. The 2024 remake of The Crow is a film many anticipated would be a disaster long before its release. Given the franchise's dismal history since the iconic original in 1994, it wasn't surprising that expectations were low. While Bill Skarsgård put forth commendable efforts alongside the talented newcomer FKA Twigs, the film ultimately failed to impress critics and audiences alike. It struggled at the box office, suffering from a lack of enthusiasm that stunted its potential. Rather than being outright bad, The Crow is simply unnecessary and forgettable, a combination that rarely leads to financial success. And the 7th biggest flop movie of 2024 is The Watchers. Studios favor horror films for their typically low budgets and quick profits, but The Watchers, one of summer's main horror releases, only exceeded its budget by about $3 million. Directed by Ashana Knight Shyamalan in her debut and starring Dakota Fanning, the film follows a group trapped in a forest haunted by mysterious creatures. Unfortunately, the Shyamalan name no longer commands the same level of interest, and The Watchers received lukewarm reviews and underwhelming box office results. The film's lack of excitement and fresh appeal likely contributed to its modest reception. And the 6th biggest flop movie of 2024 is Horizon, an American Saga, Chapter 1. Kevin Costner's Horizon, an American Saga Chapter 1 ambitiously spans 15 years of post-Civil War American history, aiming to revive the Western genre. Despite this bold attempt, reviews leaned mostly negative, and the film's domestic opening brought in just $11,052,561. The real disappointment was its box office performance against a hefty $100 million budget. Costner likely knew the risks of pouring so much into a Western, a genre with limited appeal today. With his stardom fading and Yellowstone fans not rallying behind him, this gamble didn't pay off. And the 5th biggest flop movie of 2024 on our list is Trap. M. Night Shyamalan's directorial journey has been a roller coaster, blending standout successes like The Sixth Sense with major disappointments such as The Last Airbender. His 2024 release, Trap, left audiences uncertain of what to expect. While Trap presents a compelling concept and a thrilling premise on paper, the film ultimately struggles to reach its full potential in execution. Though not a complete miss, Shyamalan's unique artistry is evident. It falls short of being remarkable. Reception was mixed, with some viewers captivated by it, while others felt underwhelmed. This divided feedback, along with marketing missteps, likely contributed to its lackluster turnout. And the fourth biggest flop movie of 2024 is The Bike Riders. Typically, an all-star cast like the one in The Bike Riders would be expected to draw large audiences. Despite featuring Oscar nominees Austin Butler, Tom Hardy, and Michael Shannon, alongside Emmy winner Jodie Comer, the film still fell short, earning roughly $5 million less than its budget. The disappointing performance of The Bike Riders is surprising given its positive reception, with an 80% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Jodie Comer's role is particularly impressive, with an Oscar-worthy performance that brings a refreshing, engaging perspective on the biker gang subculture. It's clear to many that The Bike Riders deserved far more attention. And the third biggest flop movie of 2024 is The Fabulous Four. The Fabulous Four follows lifelong friends traveling to Florida to be bridesmaids at a college friend's surprise wedding. Its box office performance of around $3 million this summer is particularly disappointing when compared to major studio releases, though it's worth noting that it is an indie film. Despite this, it actually fared relatively well compared to other Bleecker Street Studios releases. However, The Fabulous Four faced mostly negative reviews, with critics deeming it a weak film, even with a talented cast involved. And the second biggest flop movie of 2024 is Borderlands. Borderlands has gained infamy as possibly the worst reviewed film of the year. Despite featuring Oscar winner Cate Blanchett and a beloved IP, expectations plummeted after the trailer revealed a looming disaster. Audience reactions during screenings quickly flooded the internet with criticism. The film's poor critical and financial performance led to its removal from theaters on September 5th, just weeks after its release. Lionsgate subsequently moved it to streaming, where it has struggled to gain traction. Borderlands exemplifies a major film production that went disastrously wrong. And the last biggest flop movie of 2024 on our list is Summer Camp. With star power from Diane Keaton, Kathy Bates, Alfre Woodard, and Eugene Levy, Summer Camp should have attracted viewers, but few even know it exists. This forgettable comedy follows three friends returning to their childhood summer camp. It's painful to watch these talented actors struggle to uplift such a poorly made film. Perhaps it flopped because they didn't want anyone to see their performances. Unlike other films featuring Keaton, Summer Camp lacks charm and humour, ultimately wasting their talent. Unsurprisingly, it became the lowest earner of the summer, which feels appropriate. Were there any of these box office flops that you feel deserved a better fate? Tell us in the comments which ones you believe deserve a second chance.